So right in the beginning of the trailer, we had the revelation that Kyrie did in fact appear on Destiny Islands as a young child. So did her home Radiant Garden fall into darkness just a few months to a couple years since Aqua's visit when they met and she actually put, the kind of seal on her to keep her safe? I don't know, but it seemed like this is some type of official reveal of that, and I'm happy that they did in fact do this with this opening because even though Riku did say if it wasn't for her coming there in Kingdom Hearts 1, we never really knew like the time frame of when she got there. And now we have a pretty much general idea since this isn't really officially confirming it and this could just be for the opening purposes that she did come there as a young child around the same age that she was in Birth by Sleep. Alright, so even though this is the opening cinematic for 0.2, I just wanted to point out that Aqua's Wayfinder is glowing here as she takes her deep dive. So is it possible what we're seeing here isn't just a rehash of the original opening similar sequence, but a whole new one? Lastly, I just wanted to say that the deep dive seems to be alluding to Aqua's death in the final moments of it. If you remember, before Aqua only saw Sora's heart. In this version, she's now being accepted into Sora's heart just like Ventus, which would also explain her appearance in Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Okay, so just a quickie, I had to pause here because I'm guessing this is the remake of the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Volume 2 trailer. Remember the little trailer that was in the original game? I'm guessing this is a remake of the scene when she actually finds the tower, which this scene is now so freaking beautiful. I remember how bland the surrounding area looked in the original game, which of course the hardware limitations, etc., etc. I know this, but I remember it looking so bland, and now it's just like all of this detail, all of this, like, flourishing of the flowers and stuff like that, these bushes, these trees, that forest she's walking through, all of that shit looks so beautiful now. This confused me at first, so I thought I'd speak on it. What was going on here is Aqua is looking into Mirror Mirror, so what we're seeing is a reflection, but what's interesting is in the reflection we see what appears to be a dark corridor and a throne. So did Aqua use a dark corridor to get here? I mean, I wouldn't put it past a master to use a dark corridor, especially if they wound up using the power of darkness. Plus, at the end of this trailer, Aqua does say, now I can finally be one with darkness. So maybe she has accepted the darkness, or maybe she's had a change of heart towards the darkness, or maybe she's really just manipulating it for her own will. But even then, when you think about it, if she could use a dark corridor, wouldn't she be able to get out of the realm of darkness unless that's impossible for her for some reason? Maybe there's some type of withhold on her from leaving the realm of darkness, maybe the pit that Xehanort summoned in, or maybe the pit that came out of Xehanort trying to release Terra's heart was a trap for Terra, or a trap that he planned to put Aqua into, because he has been planning all of this stuff, so I wouldn't put it past him that he felt like she would do what she did with Terra's body and stuff like that, had something like that occurred. So maybe this is like some type of trap, but even still, I don't see Aqua using a dark corridor, just for the specific reason that, of course, if she could use a dark corridor, then she should be able to get out, because in Kingdom Hearts 2, Roxas used the dark corridor to get out of the realm of darkness. So you see, I mean, to come to the realm of darkness. So I'm pretty sure she will be able to get out via a dark corridor. So I don't know. Let's find out in the future. But right now, I'm just gonna leave it at it looks like a dark corridor, or it looks like some type of portal that's used in the realm of darkness to probably bring her to these different worlds. But either way, it's pretty cool to check out. Yep, look at all these generic designs for our Kingdom Hearts Chi player characters. Even the different ethnicities are present. Again, a hint at multiplayer, guys. Oh, and there's a dark side too, but no one cares. Now, but in a more serious sense, I wanted to say that it seems like Kingdom Hearts back cover may in fact take up some scenes that follow the player character, seeing as, of course, what we're looking at here is pretty much the battle at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key and Kingdom Hearts Chi, but then again, your foreteller does pop up before the dark side pop up, and then of course your union, whichever union you join, some generic members from that union pops up as well, meaning that of course course, this probably has something to do with just the beginning. So maybe in the beginning, we'll probably have, of course, the player character's perspective, and then it'll switch over to, in fact, the foreteller's perspectives. Because, I mean, I don't think that they're going to follow the foretellers 100% to the T in back cover. I just think that this is more so based on their perspective of the events. But let me know what you guys think about that. I've pondered this scene over and over again. Is this scene from the dream in which a hooded figure is speaking to the foretellers, or is this some point in their past before the mysterious disappearance of Luxu and the Master of Masters? Now you see, what's weird to note here is that Luxu is not present, and seeing as Luxu was trained amongst the foretellers and he wasn't named a foreteller, then I would be guessing that Luxu should be here as well. But it seems like this is more so connected to the dream that they had, and I'm definitely going to say that this is in fact the case, seeing as this is the perspective of the foretellers. But Tetsuya Nomura, if I'm not mistaken, did also confirm that we would see little segments from their past. I don't think he said it exactly like that, but I do believe he said something about going back and seeing certain things and how they led up to the events of certain characters and what they're trying to do inside of Kingdom Hearts back cover, which he was talking about the foretellers, the Master of Masters, and Luxu. Okay, so we all should know that the Master of Masters was said to have created our little companion, Chirithy. So why is Luxu here with our sleeping Chirithy? You can identify Luxu by his special medallion on his coat, so I'm wondering how in the hell is Luxu, or why in the hell is Luxu here as our Chirithy is sleeping? Now, he could be creating the Dark Chirithy, he could be creating, of course, the Chirithy that we had to fight in the finale, or the player had to fight in the finale. The one that claims to have clinged to your darkness, and because of its loneliness and stuff like that, it clung to whatever it could, which was the darkness that the player wasn't really recognizing, and then it became as powerful as it was, or became the Dark Chirithy. So he could be creating that Chirithy, or he could be either creating or even somehow manipulating the DNA or something like that of our Chirithy, which made it possible for the Dark Chirithy to be created. But even then, it's still kind of weird that Luxu would be the one here looking at our Chirithy while it's being created. So maybe he created our Chirithy, and maybe this is why our Chirithy is a special case in which we had two Chirithys. Maybe the one that fell into darkness was the one that the Master of Masters sent to us, and maybe the one that Luxu is in front of right now is the one we're actually with. So who knows, man? It could be weird. Like, this whole Chirithy situation, I really want to see more depth on Chirithy, because Chirithy isn't just a companion like to the players. Everyone loves Chirithy. Chirithy is more so like a character to us, the fans, and I'm hoping that Tetsuya Nomura, if he is in fact the 100% writer of this, I'm hoping that he gives Chirithy some more depth. I mean, he's been putting Chirithy in the artworks and stuff like that, and, you know, putting him alongside the Kingdom Hearts 3 anniversary, Kingdom Hearts Chi year 3 anniversary and stuff like that. So maybe Chirithy will get some more depth, and that's what I'm hoping for, because I truly do love Chirithy. I would love to see his character. I would love to see, like, his life before he was connected to us, and I would love to see the Dark Chirithy and its darkness before, of course, it actually emerged. So let me know what you guys think about that. So I've mentioned a possibility similar to this over and over again. If you've been around on the channel, you know I've been talking about for a long time the potential possibility that Luxu will strike down the Master of Masters, or Luxu and the Master of Masters versus the Foretellers, or Luxu, versus the Foretellers, or something like that. Just him participating in the war in general, something like that happening. Where here we get a quick glimpse of him in the Keyblade graveyard with his key drawn. Now this could just be him traveling or something like that, or this could just be him traversing and pretty much preparing the Keyblade graveyard. Maybe he's setting up something for, of course, Kingdom Hearts, because we did see Kingdom Hearts in the finale, so maybe he's setting up Kingdom Hearts for it to actually come here and retrieve all the hearts from all the people that loses their hearts in this war. But even still, the fact that he's in the Keyblade graveyard now gives even more of a possibility of Luxu participating in this war in some way, form, or fashion. Whether it be him and the Master of Masters versus the Foretellers, him and the Master of Masters, really just watching the Keyblade war transpire, him and the Master of Masters fighting themselves, or him working with the foretellers to fight the Master of Masters. It doesn't matter. We know now for a fact that he will be in the Keyblade graveyard, hopefully during the war, because this could be before the war, this could be after the war, this could be him looking at the aftermath. But either way, of course, Luxu is here, and now we know for a fact that all of those possibilities are set in stone, or one of those possibilities may in fact happen. Alright, so coming into the last few moments of the opening for 0.2, did you guys find it weird that Terra legit fades away and Ventus only turns his back? Some people have suggested that Terra will never return. This could be a sign of that possibility. Vin, boy, what you doing here? This is weird though. Didn't we see Ventus encased in this casket before when Aqua visited the Dwarf Woodlands? So maybe this is the Realm of Darkness playing the same trick again, but then again, remember Ventus did disappear in Volume 2's trailer. So maybe this is where he went in the Volume 2 trailer, seeing as of course there was no signs of him being awake or anything like that. So maybe the Realm of Darkness transported him here or something like that. Who knows, man? It's a weird case. Everything about this shit is weird. Terra coming out as more so just like a figment of Aqua's imagination and stuff like that. And then now we have Ventus, who's more than likely going to be the same case. But even still, it's weird as shit that Ventus is encased in this casket. And it's not a hint at anything. This is just, of course, Ventus is asleep. So obviously it's going to play this trick with Aqua. And I don't understand why Aqua is falling for this again when she literally just saw Terra in the last trailer. Now that could come after this trailer, but even still, man, it's weird. It's just weird.
Is there any bond I can share?
Who else was intrigued by the scene? I absolutely loved the idea of a Mirror Mirror Aqua, but this also rose a huge question. Mirror Mirror Aqua is said to be, Mirror Mirror is said to be almost omnipotent by Terra in the original game. So is this Aqua going to reveal how to save Terra and Ventus? It already mentions them in this scene, in which it states, "Is there any point in all of this? I couldn't save them. I am you, and only your heart is hollow enough to be a demon's." So, seeing as this Aqua could be omnipotent, will defeating her reveal the answer to Aqua's search, which will more than likely be the key to return hearts, and probably explain why the Master Defender wound up on Destiny Islands in the original Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Maybe there's a message hidden into this Keyblade if you can bring it back to life, in the same sense of how there's lifeless Keyblades in the Keyblade graveyard. Maybe if they can bring the Master Defender back to life, maybe of course there'll be like a hidden message in there for Sora, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, and Riku. Who knows, man? It's going to be cool to find out what information Mirror Mirror Aqua has, because Mirror Mirror, I think officially is omnipotent, but I think in Kingdom Hearts it's almost omnipotent. So really, I don't know if it'll know everything in the sense of course, what to do in the Kingdom Hearts universe. But even still, if you remember, it gave Terra the information about him being in the Keyblade graveyard. Master Xehanort being in the Keyblade graveyard, and of course, it also was said by Terra himself, a mirror that knows and sees all. So definitely, it could be possible that Mirror Mirror Aqua could give her the answer to her search after she in fact defeats it. Maybe she'll be able to ask it one question, and she'll probably be like, "How do I save my friends?" And it'll probably tell her the answer and tell her about the key to return hearts, which she'll probably encase into some type of memory or encase into some type of message, and send the Master Defender off to the Destiny Islands, which is how it got there in Kingdom Hearts 3. But that's just a little quick theory that I had from this whole scene, because Mirror Mirror is said to be almost omnipotent. So let me know what you guys think about that possible.
Only your heart is hollow enough to be a demon's.
That's not true. My heart is strong. I'll prove it. You telling me that you think the world can be saved by just...
Alright guys, so just some more shit to hype up the war, with the mentioning of the seven obviously being the Master of Masters, Luxu, and the Foretellers, but I also needed to mention that once again you can hear Breg slash Exibar's voice and mannerisms in Luxu. Now I know the last time I implied this, some people was like, no, they don't sound the same, some people was like, they don't have the same coat and stuff like that, but if you listen to the way that Luxu talks, you can kind of hear Breg slash Exibar in his voice, and he also has the same mannerisms with the way how he just moves around and stuff, and like has that carefree feel to him and stuff like that while he says certain things. It's the same type of stuff that we would see from Breg slash Exibar. So I'm wondering, of course, could this be someone who's either related to him in some sense, or maybe like, you know, let's say he dies and maybe some of his personality traits fall into characters of the future, in the same sense of how people believe the Master of Masters may be all of the seven guardians, or in the same sense of how some people believe that the Foretellers were revived. Could Breg actually be a piece of his heart or something like that, or could Breg in the future actually be a piece of his heart? Who freaking knows, man? All I know is that this dude, Luxu, and Breg are almost similar in a sense of how they act and how they respond to certain things, especially more serious things. They have this, and I don't really give a shit type of feel to them. And the same thing can be said for Luxu. Now, Kingdom Hearts has a huge thing about not really giving too many characters the same personality, and because it doesn't really want to give too many characters the same personality, then I will be guessing that there is some type of connection here. And that's really all I was trying to say with my video, talking about how Luxu could potentially be Breg or Exibar or some shit like that. You know, maybe he lives for a long time because he had that space distortion ability, which may allow him to even escape time's grasp on him and his aging. But who knows, man, because Breg did seem a little bit older in Kingdom Hearts 2, or by the time the organization was completely formed. But who knows, man, there's endless possibilities in Kingdom Hearts, just due to the fact that, of course, every single little concept that could be used as an ability is literally inside of Kingdom Hearts already. So I could definitely see the possibility of Breg or Exibar being an immortal in the sense that he can't age time-wise.
7 people?
We have to at least try.
I want the 3 of us to form an alliance.
But alliances are forbidden, I said.
Trust no one but myself.
Which will lead to the Keyblade War.
So there's some cool shit in this gameplay segment. Off the bat, in the beginning we can see some a particle trail behind Aqua just before her slide. Now we know flow motion is in this game, but it does not seem to work the same way it did in Dream Drop Distance. But this obviously is left from either some use of flow motion or Aqua casting magic such as ice. Then we have a whole new reveal. You guys may have noticed the words standing by pop up for a split second on your screen. Well, if you have a keen eye, you'll notice for about 3 frames a new command type appears called Blizzagun with a timer of 20 seconds. I can't wait to test this out and see what it will offer to combat. Even more gets revealed with the appearance of the Kingdom Hearts 3 Water Heartless, and if you observe the surrounding area, there's water all about. So again, is this an elemental affinity based limit break? Then something super interesting is revealed. In the Aqua versus Mirror Mirror battle, Mirror Mirror attacks Aqua with what appears to be a barrage of ranged Blizzaga or light or some type of light attack. However, although all of them appear to bounce off of Aqua's guard, only one sparks a response from Aqua. So are the rest a fake out similar to the original Mirror Mirror fight in which it summoned, of course, clones and attempt to attack you in a horde while the real Mirror Mirror hides amongst them? Anywho, Aqua finally shows off some of her combos, and though some people may have revealed this already with their other analysis of, I think, the other trailer, it seems Square has decided to keep the spin-off combat style in 0.2 rather than the combo building style from KH2. And this is also the case for Knockback as well, and the last bit features what appears to be some sort of puzzle to traverse the realm of Mirror Mirror. So I don't know if that is in fact the realm of Mirror Mirror, Mirror, but seeing as of course Mirror Mirror has like that whole distorted type of thing going on, and you can kind of see like the reflection of yourself at the bottom. I'm guessing this is in fact the realm of Mirror Mirror. Plus, we got to see Aqua walk up to the mirror at the beginning of the trailer, which I already revealed for you guys or analyzed for you guys. And it seems like, of course, this is going to be her traversing the realm of Mirror Mirror this time. So maybe it will explain like where the hell does Mirror Mirror himself actually go when it isn't summoned and stuff like that. It could be a whole dimension, a whole realm, a whole nother universe that's just like has this like distorted effect to where there's like glass or a mirror at the bottom of your feet and stuff like that. That would be cool, and I would love to see like some other things happen in there as well.
But we don't even know who the traitor is yet!
Didn't you think for a second that your actions could be making things worse than they already are?
A lot of people were confused or surprised by this scene somehow. I don't understand how you were surprised by this. Like, who couldn't tell that there were two hooded figures? I mean, if you look at the details, or if you look more in depth, for all of those people who claim to do analysis, if you look in depth into some of the scenes that we've seen of Luxu, even in, of course, Kingdom Hearts Chi, the finale and stuff like that, you see to where he has like this special medallion on his coat. Even in, of course, 2.8's back cover segment in the last trailer, once again you get to see a medallion on his coat. So if you get to see a medallion on his coat, in Kingdom Hearts Chi, there's another character who doesn't have a medallion on their coat. And that's obviously either the Master of Masters or someone he's working with. You see what I'm saying? But we already had Tetsuya Nomura reveal that the first character that we saw in the other trailer, the one that says this world is full of light, we obviously got to see that, of course, that was the Master of Masters, because Tetsuya Nomura confirmed that the Master of Masters did make an appearance in that trailer. And seeing as we know of Luxu's medallion, which separates him from the Master of Masters, then we should know that Luxu isn't the one that was talking about not possible. And we should know that the Master of Masters isn't the one that was talking about not possible around the ending of the trailer. So obviously, the Master and Masters are about to leave. So is this young Luxu? This appears to be when he got his Keyblade in his page, but we also got our first look at the Tome of Prophecies in the Unreal 4 engine, and it is just completely beautiful, man. Like, I hope they sell, well, I don't think they talked about a collector's edition yet, but if they do a collector's edition, I don't care if it's just like a mini little Tome of Prophecy. I want the Tome of Prophecy, man. Like, that thing is freaking beautiful in the Unreal Engine, man. I would have to buy that. I would have to buy the collector's edition, man. I love the look of the Tome of Prophecies, dog. It's a beautiful ass book. Like, the whole finish with the glowing, like, golden, like, finish to it. I don't know, I forgot what you call it, but the little golden finish to it, and like, the X-Blade sigil and stuff like that in the middle of it. That shit is just so sick, man. Just imagine, like, getting a book that really just shows, like, character, maybe just little character profiles in it, seeing as they probably won't go the whole 365 mile or the 365 length to put, like, the actual transcript of the Tome of Prophecies in the little replica that we'll be getting in a collector's edition if we do get one. But even still, man, I think it would be cool to have like just a book that's like the Tome of Prophecies. I would just like put that hoe on the shelf and just let it sit there and be like, yo, now I'm the Master of Masters, niggas. But anyways, it was pretty cool to see the Master of Masters and Luxu together. It just confirms that, of course, there is something that these two are doing together, and it definitely seems like now, of course, if you remember, I had a theory about Ava being a true Master of Masters and the Master of Masters replacing himself with Ava. It seems like that theory was in fact wrong, because it does seem like, of course, Luxu and the Master of Masters are in cahoots together. So it definitely puts a little bit more of a dent in the Master of Masters character. This is why I keep saying we need to see the Master of Masters, because I want this dude to finally be revealed for who he is. Like, cause they're painting this picture that he's a villain, and then at the same time in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep and stuff like that, and with the Xehanort reports and stuff like that, even in the Birth by Sleep or the little secret episode from Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, it mentions how there was a hero who wielded the Keyblade, and one story says he was the hero and one story says he was a villain. Now, who the hell is it talking about? Who the hell is it talking about? Why is there two different ones? Like, I know maybe the players, or maybe the other characters, the unions, maybe some of them went off and told stories, and maybe some of them are using Luxu as the villain, and some of them are using the Master of Masters as the villain, or maybe even it's flip-flopped. Of course, Luxu could be the hero, and of course the Master of Masters could be the villain, or maybe the Master of Masters is the hero, and of course Luxu is the villain, something like that, just like a truth lost in time type of thing. I feel like that's what's going on here, and maybe we'll get to see what the Master of Masters' true intentions were in back cover. Like, out of all of the things coming in this whole bundle, back cover is really sparking my interest the most, just because of course I'm ready to have like all of those revelations and stuff like that. Like, I can't go without knowing certain bits of information for Kingdom Hearts for too long. I mean, 0.2 is going to reveal some things as well, but Tetsuya Nomura already gave us the biggest significant piece, that Aqua will find out how to save her friends. Even though she won't be able to save them in 0.2, she will find out how to go about saving them. And that's something that, of course, we didn't really need to be revealed, because that just ruins the surprise of the whole 0.2 game. Now, it is still going to be fun to play. It is still going to be fun to find out those little story bits. But obviously, he revealed the biggest tidbit and stuff from the freaking game when he revealed that information. But even still, man, like, back cover just seemed like it has so many secrets, so much shit to reveal, and I just really can't wait to find out, of course, stuff like the Master of Masters, his plans, Luxu, whether or not he has some secret goal that involves the Master of Masters' plan to a degree, but it's kind of a derivative as well. Will he actually strike down the Master of Masters, which explains how Xehanort got the story of course, the Keyblade being split into 13 and 7 pieces, 7 of light, 13 of darkness. All of that shit is just going to be revealed, hopefully, man, and I just can't wait to get my hands on that back cover greatness. Let me know what you guys think about it, though.
Better get started then. Unfortunately, you'll have to go alone from here on.
What about the others?
For these final moments, we see Aqua in some kind of trouble before Mickey appears and places her Wayfinder back into her hand. Now, if you realize, the Wayfinder is once again glowing, so this is also in the opening of course, the opening cinematic of course, 0.2. So maybe this is right before whatever the opening cinematic is alluding to, with her taking that deep dive. Maybe this is it. Now, then we see, of course, an army of Darksides contributing to the capture of what appears to be the heart of a world. In the background, we can see a silhouette of a castle, which may be the Enchanted Dominion or the castle that never was. I can't really say for certain because it's a silhouette, meaning that we can only see the way that the castle is structured, not any real details of the castle itself. But some people do say that it is, in fact, the Enchanted Dominion, and I do have to give them some credit there, and that's because, of course, if the Dwarf Woodlands is going to be here, and of course the world that Cinderella is in, I keep on forgetting that world's name, then the Enchanted Dominion should also be here as well. I mean, I just said earlier that I feel like maybe the worlds that we're going to see, that's all going to equate to one Kingdom Hearts 3 world, is in fact the original 3 worlds from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, after of course all 3 characters leave the land of departure. But if this is another heart, I think it may have been Kingdom Hearts. In KH1, only one dark side was present when Sora opened the door. So why is it that, of course, this time there's a whole army of them? We know the more radiant the light, the bigger the shadow. So is this the fate of Kingdom Hearts? Is this the fate that Kingdom Hearts met? Is this how it got stuck into that state it was in Kingdom Hearts 1? If that was in fact Kingdom Hearts, is this how it got, like, sunken into the ground and stuff like that, with all of those Heartless, like, I'm guessing feeding off of the light that was coming off of it, or all of those Heartless trying to eat it or some shit like that? I don't know what the fuck was going on in Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, they need to redo that scene, because that scene looked so freaking weird, and it was just like, a bunch of Heartless just sitting there, seeming to be bathing in the light of Kingdom Hearts, seeing as, of course, when Ansem called out to Kingdom Hearts and asked it to fill him up with darkness, it did actually spew out darkness and stuff like that, and when Sora said it was light, it did in fact give off light. So I'm guessing that was in fact Kingdom Hearts. It's just like we didn't get to see it for some reason, maybe because they wasn't ready to reveal it yet, but I'm guessing this is probably how Kingdom Hearts met the fate fate, or probably how it got in the state that it was in Kingdom Hearts 1, but I'm definitely gonna go with my original thought that this is the heart of the Enchanted Dominion rather than the heart of Kingdom Hearts, just because of the fact that, of course, even though this would seem a hell of a lot different from what we saw in Kingdom Hearts 1 when Sora opened up the door of Destiny Islands and he went in there and there was just like one dark side, but I mean, I think he only did that and recoded. But if he did do that in Kingdom Hearts 1, remember there was only one dark side there waiting to fight him in the heart of the Destiny Islands. So maybe, of course, obviously, this is a different heart, or maybe the Enchanted Dominion has a stronger heart due to the fact that it has a Princess of Light, or one of the 7 Princesses of Heart, and maybe that's why it's so radiant. But let me know what you guys think about it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up my analysis here. Obviously, there's nothing else to talk about. I do have some few theories coming from, of course, this trailer as well. Some of them that you guys can probably already get an idea of, and if you follow me on Twitter, then you definitely know what one of my theories are going to be. But I don't want to reveal it on YouTube because I don't want anyone else taking the idea, because not too many people pay attention on Twitter, and like some people just like skim over stuff, and it gives me the possibility to really just like, you know, bring the theory out and, you know, really get the credit for being the person who originally thought of the theory. If I am the only person who originally thought of the theory from this trailer, now I'm pretty sure other people have thought of the theory as well, because it is a theory that I think like a lot of people probably have had in mind. But even still, what we got from the trailer puts some new, of course, information or some new hints towards the theory being true. And that's what I mean by, like, of course, I want to get the credit for it because I'm the one that thought of it, if I'm the only one that thought of it from this trailer. But either way, guys, this has been your boy Mazia here. Don't forget to do a little A-class gaming, and everything you do, don't forget to keep it A-class. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. My Birth by Sleep playthrough will be starting up again, or kicking off again pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but it will be starting up again pretty soon. And once it starts up again, of course, when I come back with that Birth by Sleep playthrough, I'm just gonna finish the game throughout. I'm probably going to upload every single part in one day, and then of course I'll be done with that and I can move on to Kingdom Hearts 1. So that is still in fact happening. Just because there's been like, I think, a month since I actually uploaded a new part, that doesn't mean that it's over. And once I get into Kingdom Hearts 1 and stuff like that, what I'm gonna be expecting to do then is really just like blow through the rest of the games and really just be able to finish and really just get the story out there for you guys. So thank you guys once again. This is being Boy Mazia. Don't forget to do a little A-class game and everything you do, don't forget to keep it A-class, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace the heck